Hello and welcome to another session of our 504 Absolutely Essential Words series based on this course book to practice vocabulary for IELTS and TOEFL. This session I'm going to teach you lesson 11 of this course book. Before starting, as usual, let me show you the flashcards here. And okay, this is rage, and I've chosen Angry Bird as it is typical of anger. Rage means anger. Vicinity means nearness. Glimpse means a short look something. Glimpse again. Glimpse again. And challenge, to fight against somebody, or again vicinity. And that's it. Okay. Okay, the first word is evidence. Evidence means proof, means some document that you use to prove or disprove something. That which makes clear the truth or falsehood of something. Each juror felt he needed more evidence before voting to convict the accused killer. Juror is a member of the jury, 12 people in the court of law that just help the judge to make a decision. He refers to actually the members of the jury. Each juror needed more evidence before voting to or deciding to convict, means accuse, convict as a noun means a person who has been accused of a crime. Okay, to convict the accused killer or murderer, the person who has been accused or is a convict. So this killer is a convict. Her many awards were evidence enough that Laura excelled in typing. So some awards means gifts or presents or rewards, or for example prizes, you can say, were evidence or proof that documents that Laura excel, means to be better, to improve in typing, or outperform, outdo. Outdo means to do better. Our teacher ignored the evidence that Simon had cheated on the test. Ignored or disregarded or paid no attention or neglected the evidence that Simon had cheated on the test. 2. Solitary means alone. It is alone. It's a mistake. It must be alone. Single, only. Sid's solitary manner kept him from making new friendships. So he was an introverted, a reserved or shy person, and therefore actually he couldn't make too many or so many friends. There was not a solitary piece of evidence, there was no evidence at all that Manuel had eaten the cheesecake. So we didn't have any evidence to prove that he had eaten the cheesecake. The convict, pay attention, it's a noun, therefore the stress shifts to the first syllable. Went into a rage, or he was enraged, or he was angered when he was placed in a solitary cell, when he was imprisoned. Okay. 3. Vision, power of seeing, sense of sight. With the aid of the binoculars, is a kind of camera that is that has two lenses to see and observe the things or spot the things that are at a long distance. Binoculars. my vision improved enough to see the entire vicinity with the aid of, with the help of. Okay. Ted Williams had perfect vision, and that helped to make him a great baseball player. So he could see very well, perfectly, and because of that actually he became a perfect baseball player. The glasses which Irma bought corrected her nearsighted vision. So she was a nearsighted person, and the opposite is farsighted. Some visual impairments, or let's say disorders. So the glasses or spectacles which Irma bought corrected or fixed her nearsightedness. Frequent, the opposite is infrequent, happening often, repeatedly, occurring repeatedly. We made frequent visits to the hospital to see our grandfather, to take care of him, to look after him. It's clear. On frequent occasions, Sam felt asleep in class, because maybe actually the class was boring or Sam was in death of sleep. So from time to time you can say occasionally. Dr. Bonner gave me some pills for my frequent headaches. Some medication or medicine, pills, tablets for example, for frequent headaches. Glimpse, a short quick view or look. This morning we caught our first glimpse of the beautiful shoreline, or let's say seashore or beach. So we just took a glance, or let's say we just took a short view of the beautiful beach. One glimpse of the very feminine vision was enough to tell Romeo that he loved Juliet. One short look of a feminine, means womanly, vision or sight or seeing was enough to just reveal that Romeo actually loved Juliet. Two characters in the play Romeo and Juliet, written by Shakespeare. The tall shrubs kept us from getting a glimpse of the new people who inhabited the beach house. Tall shrubs or bush, B-U-S-H, bushes or even plants, kept us or blocked, B-L-O-C-K, blocked our vision or glimpse of the new people who inhabited or who lived in the beach or shoreline or seashore or beside the house beside the sea. Number 6, recent, done, made, or occurring not long ago, late, recently. At a recent meeting, the Board of Education provided the evidence we had been asking for. The Secretary of Education, for example, or the faculty members of that institution provided or offered the evidence that we were requesting or asking for or soliciting. These are some formal words. Solicit. Let me write it. Request or solicit. Bessie liked the old silent movies better than the more recent ones. So it's a preference, like the old silent movies instead of recent violent, or let's say noisy ones. Recent studies have concluded that more people are working than ever before. I don't know. I cannot verify this statement. I don't believe so. But anyway. Okay. Number 7. Decade means 10 years. If it is 100 years, it is century. If it is 1,000 years, it is millennium. You know. If it is 7 days, it is week. 365 days, it is a year. And some other, for example, currencies. Okay. The 1960s was why do we have S here? Because it refers to the period of time from 1960 to 1970. That decade was a decade of salary increases for employees, those who are employed. Their remuneration or income increased. Again, I don't know. B. Many people moved out of this city in the last decade. They emigrated. You know, emigrate with an E means to move out. Immigrate with an I means to move in. So these are not completely the same. There is the same in both of them, and that is, there is something the same in both of them, and that is migration, that is moving. I have a vision that this decade will be better than the last one. I have a sense. It means I think so. I believe so. I can predict that. Okay. Hesitate. Noun is hesitation. Fail to act quickly. Be undecided. And the adjective is hesitant. Nora hesitated to accept the challenge. So she did not immediately accept the challenge. When he got to the robber's vicinity, he hesitated before going on. So when he approached or accosted the vicinity, or accosted, let's say, the area where the robbers were, he slowed down. He hesitated. Okay. The proverb tells us that he who hesitates is lost. It means that you should not waste your time. It's a very famous proverb in English. He who hesitates is lost. Or let's say, and the opposite proverb is this one. Haste is waste. So moderation is the key. You need to act moderately. You should not hesitate, nor, let's say, act so fast or in an insane way. So he who hesitates is lost, and on the other hand, haste is waste. Let me write it. Haste is waste. Absurd. Absurd means ridiculous, plainly not true or sensible, foolish. It's stupid, ridiculous, silly. It was absurd, and the noun is absurdity. To believe that fisherman's tall tale. What is tall tale? A tale or a story that is unlikely to be true, that is so difficult to believe. For example, there are so many exaggerations in that. It was absurd to believe that the fisherman's tall tale, so we could not just believe it. Alright. The flabby boy means, for example, overweight, chubby, stout to some extent. It is negative, by the way. Realized or noticed that the suggestion to diet was not absurd. So it was, as a matter of fact, he should have taken it more seriously and to go on a diet. Underestimating the importance of reading is absurd. You should not let's say, diminish the importance of reading. 10. Conflict, direct opposition, disagreement. It's clear. Our opinions about the company's success in the last decade are in conflict with what the American record British show. So our ideas about the companies, about the success of the company during the last 10 years are in conflict or are in opposition to what the records show. The records show something and our opinions show something else. There was a noisy conflict over who was the better tennis player. So they were having a quarrel or brawl. Let me write it. Quarrel or brawl or argument. Okay. And let me drink some water. Okay. The mayor and her assistant conflict in opinion frequently. The mayor and her assistant, it means the person, let's say for example secretary, a person who helps the mayor and who is her subjugate. Okay, here conflict in opinion frequently. They do not have the same let's say opinions. They disagree with each other most of the time. 11. Minority, smaller number or part, less than half. The opposite is majority. Clear. Only a small minority of the neighborhood didn't want a new park. The majority of the neighborhood did want a new park. A minority of our athletes who competed in the Olympics were victorious. Just a minority of the athletes, it means sportsmen, okay, and professional sportsmen could win the competition and in the Olympics, which is very difficult. Blacks are a minority group in the United States, so they are not the majority, because the actually white people or whites are, let's say, majority, the majority group. Okay. Fiction, that which is imagined or made up, means untrue story, like fable. The difference between fiction and fable is that generally a fable is a fiction whose main characters are animals. The story that the president had died was just a fiction. It means it was not true. It was rumor, R-U-M-O-R, or gossip. We hardly ever believed Vinny because what he said was usually fiction. Yeah, we could not just believe him because he is notorious or infamous. Let me write infamous. Infamous for, or notorious for fiction, untrue stories. Marge enjoys reading works of fiction rather than true stories. So he enjoys reading. Remember, after enjoy and some other verbs such as risk, sometimes like and dislike, but after like and dislike you can have an infinitive, bare infinitive too. I mean infinitive with two, as a matter of fact. I like to do, I dislike to do. But for example, enjoy, risk, consider, and some others actually, you need to have a gerund. Works of fiction, for example, science fiction, we have science fiction rather than true stories. Okay, and some recently added, let's say post on Instagram. Eliminate means throw out, means get rid of. As you can see, this lady is just throwing out garbage into the garbage can. And this is wholesale, opposite of retail. And this is visible, means something that can be seen. And these are some negotiations and IELTS essay topics and IELTS topic cards for IELTS, and also a negotiation between me and one of my private students. So you can also like my Facebook fan page to stay informed of the latest posts that I publish. And if interested, please make sure that I can help you to improve your English. And also follow me on Instagram to receive daily fresh and expressive and educational posts. Thank you for watching, and take care.